Hello and welcome to Catherine's Garden. My name is Catherine and so good to have you with me today. Now in this container I placed my hydrangea cuttings. I made some more and I provided them with this protective space where they could continue to hold the moisture and grow. So let's take a look and see what we have here. Ooh, wow, they are looking really good. And we can see some new growth. I think that they are established. And I think I need to transplant them. These are the first hydrangea cuttings that I propagated. Now I'm going to look at the second batch. And they are looking very, very good here. Actually growing pretty tall. Look at the new leaves coming in. I'm going to have to find a new location for these as well. What's this? Old dirt. But they look pretty good. Let me take them out so you can see. Yeah. I think this is looking very, very good. I've decided to plant them directly in the ground by the other hydrangeas against the wall. All right, so these are some of the hydrangea cuttings that I planted last year, and I put them here, and this year they have grown up really well. I mean, look at that stem there for next year. That's next year's bloom. And as I showed you this one here, and this one really flowered well. These are like the mother plants here. Now this year I just planted this one here. And this one was in another location from last year and it was doing very well, so I said let me move it over here because I want to create this hedge of hydrangeas. This is another plant that I had before that I transplanted there. This I dug up and it didn't look like it was doing very well, but now it is actually leafing out, and this one here as well. And here's another one that's being overtaken by this stuff. So what I hope to do is to clean out this area here and add those new hydrangea blossoms right in here. Let me step back so that you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, so that it can go from this area here all the way down to here. I'm going to put the new hydrangeas cuttings. And then you can see that I had put in this planting right here, and then that's what was there before. So this is the effect that I want to get. I'll show you. You see how this looks right here? That's what I hope to create. Over there, and all the way across. And it's going to kind of hide the wall. And the blooms look pretty good back here. Look at that. I mean, they're big enough so that you can see them from a distance. And when they're blue, that bright blue, they're really easy to see. Before I decided to plant this particular hydrangea shrub, I just wanted to show you something. Now look at the bottom here. Do you see the roots coming out from the bottom? So that tells me that this is really rooted well. Look there, you can see the roots coming out from that node. That is a really good sign of these plants being very solid and ready to go. So I am going to see if I can take it out of the, when I take it out of the pot, I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I have my planting hole here, and I'm going to put it in here. I've already planted one of them, or several of them actually, and here's its neighbor. And they went in very well. The soil is really rich back here. Let me pull this away. And so I'm going to put them in this planting hole, but I want you to see what the roots look like. So there it is. You see the roots there? And, so I've gently teased it out, and you see the roots? This came out really, really nice. Let me get it into the ground before it all comes apart. But I just wanted you to see the roots of the hydrangeas. Oh my goodness, I didn't do such a great job. But I believe they're going to be just fine. See that? One particular one definitely has a lot of roots. So we know that that's going to do well. They're both going to do well. Well, today was a beautiful day to actually go and put the hydrangea plants in. So just as a reminder as to what I wanted to do, remember a couple of 2 years ago I planted these hydrangeas in, and they were just cuttings, and I planted this one in as well, and it flowered. It flowered this year, looking really beautiful, and the others are still flowering. As you can see here, it's still flowering, and they did very well back in here. And so I cut the hydrangeas at the tops, and you can see one of the cuttings here where I cut one. See that? Yeah, and I rooted it and was able to put them in the ground. So here's one. This one was the year before. This was a prior. I received this one from my mom. The church had a beautiful hydrangea bush, and my mom had gotten one of the blossoms. She put it in water and it started to root, and I put it in my garden. So that's what this one is. And this is another one. The same thing happened, but this wasn't thriving in the location that it was in before. So I moved it here. But here's one of the fresh cuttings that is rooted. This is a plant from QVC. But then here is another of the cuttings. Don't they look healthy and nice here? This is another one that I just put in. There's one here. And this is the last one that I just put in. So they're looking very nice. The soil here is excellent, very loamy, because it's underneath the oak trees. You can see the acorns there that have dropped. So the soil is very fertile, very fresh, and I think it's going to be able to really host and help these cuttings to be actually little plants, little seedlings, to actually thrive and become big and beautiful. I'm very excited about this. And so I'm going to have this effect. Probably in 2 years. I think that next year these cuttings will probably look like those over there. And the following year it'll probably start to look like this. But I'm excited about this. And over here I had this one, which is looking really, really nice. See how pretty that looks? Oops. See how pretty that looks? So they're gonna look really nice. All right. So I'm very happy about the work that was done today, and I know that if I continue to water them and keep them well watered, that they're going to look really great. And I'm going to have my hedge that I'm looking forward to having. I'm going to have my hedge of hydrangeas, and I may add some other plants to it. I'm thinking of probably adding some rhododendrons maybe back here, so that in the spring, you know, the spring, summer, early spring, late spring, early summertime, that I can also have some blossoms back here as well. But first things first, let's get those hydrangeas growing. Thank you for joining me, and have a great day. Bye. Remember to subscribe to Catherine's Garden for more videos, and thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day. Bye.